Now for our next collaboration.
The history of esports. 1972, first ever space war competition at Stanford University. 1980, the Space Invaders Championship attracts 10,000 gamers in the US. 1982, gaming inspires pop culture. Movies like Tron premieres. 1984, esports makes it into the Guinness Book of Records. 2006, the prize money gets big. $1 million to the winner of the Fun Technologies World Wide Web Games Championship. 2007, Asian Indoor Games, side by side with traditional sports. 2013, colleges in the US offer athletic scholarships to esports players. 2015, very first esports arena opens in Santa Ana, California. 2017, the International Olympic Committee acknowledged the popularity of esports. 2024, Summer Olympics in Paris. Esports is being considered as a new discipline.
Please can we welcome to the stage former world champion Tommy from Area Academy. Tommy, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do and Area Academy?
Yeah, well, my name is Tommy Ingmarsson from a small town called Lidköping, where I founded Ninjas in Pyjamas, a well-known esports organization that competes in different games. I'm also a 10-time world champion and the founder of NIP, or Area Academy.
Pretty impressive.
Area Academy is a company that works with pedagogical structures within esports, youth camps, school programs, elite training, and so on.
Tommy, what do you think the benefits are of esports, working with children and working with younger people?
The list is so long, but it's teamwork, strategical thinking, problem solving, language improvement. Yeah, the list is so long.
I feel like this list might be long as well, actually, Marcus, but how did this connection happen and this collaboration?
You know, sometimes it's very unscientific. It started out with a phone call from Tommy that thought that we should do something about esports. You know, there are so many things that could be solved ergonomically for people using, you know, normal pieces of furniture that doesn't actually work. So that's the reason for us collaborating.
I mean, watching that short history of esport, you've brought me a little bit up to speed. But tell me, I mean, it's so popular, the people playing and the people viewing.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are so staggering. There was an event last year in Poland where there were 175,000 live attendees, and I think it was 43 million stream viewers.
That's almost as big as Democratic Design Day.
Almost. Almost.
And it actually were larger than the Olympics 2 years ago. So there was an esports event at the same time, and more people were watching the esports event than the Olympics 2 years ago.
I mean, okay, maybe it's all just new to me, but this blows my mind. Now, outside of professional esport, your friends who are gamers, do any of them kind of suffer from sore wrists, sore backs from kind of playing the whole time?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of incidents lately where top players have been injured, wrist injuries, back injuries, and they've been away for a long time. And it really affects the large organizations, because imagine if Zlatan were benched with a...
Cost a fortune.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, so you don't have a normal substitutes as in normal games, so it's really hard for the teams to lose their star players.
Well, we can actually see some of these players. Let's see the video.
All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robin Engström.
Elin Androsiani.
August Peterson.
Therese Santo, and I am a gamer. And nowadays I'm a little bit more of a casual gamer because I have a bunch of these who are also gamers.
This is where I spend like 10 to 16 hours a day.
I have my ordinary gaming peripherals and also a pretty good chair.
Usually, I sit on a normal chair, very uncomfortable. It often hurts in the back,
When I game for 20 hours straight, you get sore underneath your butt. Mostly when I sit for hours and hours in game, I sit like this.
The chair is really bothering me. I play with a blanket behind my back because I really want more support for my lower back. It gets kind of hot when you game. When the situations are intense, the pulse can go up because you are thinking about loads of stuff at the same time. So being able to be cool and healthy is very important.
So make sure whenever you sit down and game that you take care of yourself.
I mean, that's almost looking quite dangerous, isn't it? A little bit. I mean, if they're playing for so long, people are genuinely hurting themselves 20 hours at a time. That's actually impressive. Marcus, what can IKEA do to help with this problem?
I think a lot, actually. But first of all, I think that I need to apologize to humanity for us not taking on this problem before. It's more than 1 billion players, and we say that we're for the many people. Now we will truly embrace the many people, actually. But taking on the problems, we've been working with ergonomics of the home for 75 years. So maybe we could take some of those learnings and mix and match that with the learnings and all of the things that you know from Area Academy.
Well, we're lucky we've got the right people working with us to help solve this problem. So it's a unique situation, a unique problem to fix. Take a look at this.
UNYQ is the daring revolutionizer of the medtech sector, creating medical wearables. Employing digitization, 3D printing and cognitive systems to enhance device functionality and democratize access. With a handful of measurements and 4 photos of a customer's existing limb, UNYQ can 3D print a matching prosthetic. UNYQ was founded in Silicon Valley, San Francisco.
Eyþór, Francis, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
3D printing. I mean, it's come a long way, but it's still quite a young industry. So where are we with it today, now?
Yeah, this is an exciting time for 3D printing. We have been in this medical wearable space, wrapping 3D printing around prosthetic legs, shipping it in thousands, even million units for dentistry. And it's relatively expensive, it has been, and it's taken a while to print, but the great thing now is that that is changing very fast. And so I think now is the time for IKEA. I think it's a good moment to kind of look at democratization of design and using really 3D printers for that, for mass customization.
And looking at this problem, looking at Tommy, eSport and gamers, how do you think this can help with that?
Yeah, I mean, gamers are an extreme use case, right? They're athletes, they're competing with their minds and their bodies. I mean, the video, they said they were spending 20 hours at a time in a chair. It's a very extreme use case. And I think, bringing this type of personalization to fit unique ergonomic needs, unique body type needs, unique modes of play, I think this will give somebody a healthier life and a better competitive advantage.
And Marcus, this is a wildly new and different project for IKEA. What potential do you see with this collaboration?
I see so many potentials. Actually, it's to be able to personalize ergonomics for each and every person. That's a gigantic possibility. But it's also a possibility for IKEA to change our way to work with the value chain of IKEA, to get the factories out to people, not actually bringing things from factories to people. So it's a completely different outlook on product development and design for the future.
But speaking about the development, I mean, Eyþór, Francis, you've been working on this for 6 weeks, but it's already early stages, but it's already come so far.
Yeah, that is the power of 3D printing as well, is that use it to bring concepts to life very fast. And I think, especially in the retail, where you want to respond to trends very immediately, that is what 3D printing can bring you. And so I think we worked with a team that is actually in New York, San Francisco, Spain, London, and in Sweden, and Elmut.
Yeah.
And we brought it here together, so excited to show it to you.
So this is the vision, but we're now going to welcome out to the stage Lisa Baird, who's going to talk us through the process.
All right.
Okay, Lisa, you're going to have to break it down for me. I'm trying to understand what this will be like for the user. So let's take Tommy, my brilliant case study. Tommy has a bad chair and an important game tonight. He goes to IKEA.
Hey, can we please not use me? I'm an old retired gamer, come on.
Tommy. Okay, Tommy 15 years ago. He goes into IKEA. What does he see?
Well, he will see this chair, actually. He'll see this chair in the retail store. He'll notice that it is customizable, both cosmetically and biometrically. And he'll also notice that if he just gets a 3D body scan right there in the store, a huge array of customization options will open up to him.
Okay, because looking at this, I hear body scan. I'm like, wait, how does that work? But the body scanner will be in IKEA?
Right, it'll be right there next to the chair. It's a retail experience, a very immersive experience unto itself. Download the app, do the scan, store that scan right there in your app locally on your phone, and you're done.
That does sound quite simple, but it's not very immediate. Tommy, 15 years ago, has a big game tonight.
So that's the beauty
win,
of
of course.
Well, he's obviously going to win.
That's the beauty of it. He actually can take this chair home tonight, even without customizations. He can start using it right away because the design has been perfectly adjusted for esports. So there are advantages to using this chair even before customization.
Okay, before Tommy.
Yeah. So just as Unique adds 3D printed components to prosthetics, we insert these 3D printed cushions. We use Tommy's biometric data from the 3D scans in order to generate these lattice structures that you see here. And what that'll do is it'll force Tommy into the right posture and the right configuration through grading these mechanical properties.
So the 10 times world champion, Tommy, has his brand new seat. He's got the big game. He obviously wins.
Obviously, it's Tommy.
Obviously. Okay, Tommy, 15 years ago. What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah?
Even
Simple as that.
Yeah, good.
even 15 years older, Tommy loves it.
Tommy today loves it. And like we keep saying, he definitely wins.
He definitely wins, but the next day he wakes up and he remembers that he does have this 3D body scan on file. And he's curious, so he opens it up and he starts to play with the app a little bit and find out what he can do to customize this chair. He can select exactly which parts he wants to customize. He can select which of his various body scans, because you can store many, that he wants to use to customize it. He can select a color, and then he can just add that to cart and have it drop ship right to his front door.
Okay, so he is able to get a chair immediately, but then your customized chair can come in the mail.
Exactly. So it comes in the mail, he brings it into his house, unboxes it, removes the original seat, puts this custom seat on, starts using that custom seat right away. He notices probably improved posture, maybe less back pain after long practices, and voila, a perfect custom experience.
I mean, that is unbelievable. That is revolutionizing how people will play esport and games. Thank you so, so much for your time. Aethor and Francis, apologies. And Tommy and Lisa, thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.